Welcome back to our other big story today. The world's richest person, Elon Musk, has offered to buy Twitter for a whopping $41 billion. Tesla's CEO has offered to buy the social media giant at $54.20 per share, a 38% premium to the closing price of Twitter's stock on April 1. Earlier, Elon Musk had bought a 9% stake in Twitter and became the single largest shareholder of the little birdie. The Tesla CEO has said, and I quote, "I now realize the company will never thrive nor serve this social imperative in its current form. Twitter has extraordinary potential. I will unlock it." So how do we take what is being described as one of the biggest hostile bids in recent times? Joining me now is Professor Joyojeet Pal from the University of Michigan. Joyojeet, your first reactions. What does Elon Musk, what do you make out of this hostile bid for a social media giant like Twitter? Are we going to see the Muskification now of Twitter as well? Will the social media site become much like Musk himself, that is unpredictable and maybe have the likes of Donald Trump on it?
That is possible because of Elon Musk rejecting what was earlier offered to him, which is a seat in the board, which would have given him some control, but also some responsibility with making sure that the platform is maintained the way it is. Once he declined that, he has made an offer to buy out all the shares and in fact make it a private company, which would be a huge thing, essentially putting the entire company in the hands of one individual and the vision that one individual has for where the company should go. So it is a likely outcome if this deal were to go through.
Joyojeet, as I said, there are questions now over the way social media giants operate. Facebook has been under pressure, accused of even influencing elections across the world. Could this now lead to a larger debate on control of these social media giants? Could it lead, for example, to the entire debate of whether Twitter should be censoring tweets or not? As I said, do you see Musk getting Donald Trump back on Twitter if he takes control of the company? Will that entire ecosystem now dramatically change?
That is likely because Musk in the last few days has sent out a series of tweets which are potentially about the future of the platform as he sees it, asking people for their responses on it. And he's talked several times about free speech in a certain way as to suggest censorship on Twitter, especially which has happened around hateful speech, is something that he does not stand for. And as a result, I would wager that were he to take over the company, someone like Donald Trump would probably find their way back. Other things like editing one's own tweets might find space on Twitter. So I would agree with that there are chances that he wants to make radical changes to the platform, which is why he decided to decline just being on the board and wanted to go all in.
And yet, Joyojeet, there'll be questions. Why would someone like Elon Musk, the richest person on earth, want to really control Twitter? What does control of a social media giant like Twitter give a businessman like Musk? Publicity or something else?
Well, we must assume that there is also the possibility that he's just doing this for publicity. And I say that because of one of the things is that he put the offer out as 54.20, which has the number 420, which he uses frequently as a joke, as a reference to cannabis. And he's done that in the past with the Tesla share. So he might very well be doing this just for fun because he does trolly stuff like that. But at the same time, if someone of his stature and his financial prowess were able to control a major social media platform, that has very significant consequences for who gets to be on the platform, especially given a situation where a number of countries around the world, their elections are held on Twitter. What does that mean for individual companies' relationship with Musk and his various other enterprises? So I would say that that would represent fairly significant risks.
A quick final question then. In the future, could we well have a Musk versus Zuckerberg battle, Twitter versus Facebook? Is that a real possibility?
we could very well have a future of Musk versus Zuckerberg and a very different Twitter in the future.
Okay, Professor Joyojeet Pal, always good to talk to you. Give us a perspective on that big story, Elon Musk making a hostile bid for Twitter, the social media giant.